All right. Let's dive into something that I think we all wonder about sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
finding your true calling,
Right.
your purpose, what you were meant to do.
Yeah.
And I've got some cool excerpts from a text just called Finding Your True Calling. Pretty straightforward.
Straight to the point.
And I love that it kind of starts off with like a word of the day almost.
Oh, yeah.
It's like divers, meaning more than one.
Okay.
And I thought that was interesting because it kind of right away hints that, maybe it's not just like one thing, one path.
It's a journey.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I think this text is really great because it acknowledges that it's not linear, you know?
Yeah, and it doesn't shy away from that
No.
and like embrace the messiness. And I thought that was really cool, like that anecdote where the author talks about trying paintball
Oh, yeah.
for the first time. You're just
Yeah.
getting like totally
Annihilating.
jawed up really well.
Yeah.
And walking away being like, okay, I'm never doing that again.
I'm good.
This is definitely not for me.
Not my thing.
And it made me think, like, we've all had those experiences, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Where you try something and you're like, nope, not for me.
And sometimes I think just one experience like that is really all you need.
Totally.
It's that intuition, that gut feeling. Like sometimes we get those strong reactions, and I think we should pay attention to that.
Mm-hmm.
It's telling us something.
Yeah, for sure. Like
What we don't like
Yeah.
and what we maybe should avoid.
Yeah, like eliminating options, right? Like,
Exactly.
okay, that's out.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the next thing.
Narrow it down.
But then, on the flip side, the text also talks about, those times where you try something and you instantly love it
Oh, yeah.
and it compares it to winning the lottery.
That's a good,
Like,
a great analogy.
have you ever had like those aha moments where
Oh, for sure.
you're like, this is it?
Yeah, I mean, those moments are like pure magic, right?
Yeah.
It's like you've stumbled upon this hidden treasure that you didn't even know you were looking for.
Exactly.
And it's those moments that I think really do fuel us and give us that sense of purpose. Even if it's not, a career or like a lifelong pursuit, it's still those little moments that
It feeds your soul a little bit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feeds your soul.
And I love how, even though it's like celebrating those aha moments,
Yeah.
it still kind of comes back to like, yeah,
The journey.
there's going to be diverse experiences.
Mm-hmm.
Even to find something you love, like there's still going to be other things.
You're still going to explore.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not going to just do that one thing forever.
Totally. But, the text also doesn't shy away from saying that like this whole journey of finding your purpose isn't always pretty.
Right. It's not always sunshine and roses.
Right. It can be messy.
Like it straight up says that, it can be messy, it can be full of like mixed emotions and
It's a struggle sometimes. Yeah. And it even talks about like an exhaustive approach.
yeah,
Which I thought was interesting. Like
really diving in.
yeah, like really pushing yourself to explore things.
Trying things on and seeing what fits.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's where the uncertainty comes in.
Right, because you don't know what's going to work and what's not going to work.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Right. Like
That's part of the process.
yeah. And maybe that's the point, right?
I
Like
think so.
it's okay to feel uncertain
Absolutely.
because that's part of the process. And
And honestly, like, I think that makes it even more rewarding when you do find something.
yeah.
When you do find something that clicks, you're like, oh my gosh, I went through all of that to get to this.
Totally. And it reminds me of that Kurt Vonnegut quote from the text. So I went to New York City to be born again. Like, what do you make of that in terms of finding your calling?
It's a powerful statement, right?
Yeah.
Like, for me, it kind of speaks to the idea of like new beginnings, you
Yeah.
know? And sometimes finding your calling might require you to like step out of your comfort zone to try something completely different.
Yeah, like a fresh start almost.
A fresh start. Yeah.
And, for Vonnegut, it was literally going to a new city.
Right.
But it doesn't have to be like a physical move.
No, it could be an internal shift.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Change in mindset.
a change in mindset.
Yeah.
What resonates with you from all of this?
I think what stands out to me is that there's no one right answer for everyone. It's really about, listening to your intuition, paying attention to what sparks joy for you, what gives you that sense of purpose.
And maybe that's like the biggest takeaway, right?
Mhm.
Like it's not a set path.
Right. It's your own path.
It's your own unique journey.
Mm.
So if you could have a be born again moment, what would that look like for you
Ooh,
in terms of like pursuing your passions or trying something new?
that's a great question. I'm going to have to think about that one.
Yeah, me too. It's definitely something to ponder. But yeah, I mean, I think it's really cool how this text kind of encourages us to, embrace the journey and try all those diverse things, see what sticks.
See what fits.
Yeah. And who knows, maybe you'll find your calling along the way.
Maybe you already have.
Maybe you already have. That's a good point.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this has been another fun deep dive.
Yeah, this was great.
Always a pleasure chatting with you. And until next time, keep exploring.
Keep diving.
Keep diving.
Yeah.
All right. Take care.
See ya.